Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with Birch Press Designs with another design team project, and for this I am going to focus on the string art frame die set. This is something that is very dainty, but really does pack a good punch. There is a lot that you can do with this. This is what the die looks like, and I'm going to use these pattern papers by Memory Box. So one side has stripes and the other side has polka dots. So I've taken care of my die cutting prior just to save some time. So I die cut 3 of the string art frames, and I've also cut a panel of the pattern paper to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now, what I'm doing to each is I'm drawing the circle very lightly with a pencil for that opening, because what I want to do is take a circle die that's a little bit larger than what I just drew and cut that out. I'm going to use my glue sponge because, yay, I found it again. I have more things that are buried on this desk. I think we would be able to find Jimmy Hoffa if he had a chance to be in this room. So anyway, back to the card. So by having that opening, you're going to get these different effects. And again, we're going to do 3 different ways, just focusing on that opening. So I'm going to use the glue sponge, and I want to make sure that the polka dots are up on these. Now you can have the stripe if you want. That's totally your choice, whatever your preference is. I just was looking at the polka dots. I'm also using one of my plastic palette knives. Yes, if you push that down onto the sponge, I have found if you store it upside down when you're not using it, and when you first open it, there will be plenty of glue to use for your project. Now, if you're mass producing, you're going to have to keep on putting the lid on and flipping it back upside down again to get the glue to the front. It does move quickly, believe it or not, through the sponge, and it wants to settle to the bottom of however this is sitting. Yes, if you use your hand to push it down in the sponge, your hand's going to get gluey. I don't want to get gluey. So I do use my plastic, what do you call it? Palette knife. And then that seems to help. So again, always store it upside down. So these are the panels, and you can see, I tried to put the circle die on straight, and of course I didn't. So I'm going to use my scrapbook.com double-sided adhesive foam tape, and I want each of these panels propped up. There's going to be a lot of dimension that's going to come off of these cards. So I'm just going to cut these down. It is very easy to cut down the double-sided foam tape for them and to cut it down. And I get the 1 inch wide when it's on sale. I make sure that I get that because I can trim it down and make my strips any size I want, and so forth. The release paper does come off very easily. That is something that I absolutely love. And it is easy to use for shaker cards. So I'm placing these down onto a piece of cardstock so that we have that in the background. And I'm just going to set my last one there. So these are how our 3 panels look. So I am going to use a white eraser, and I'm going to remove the pencil mark that I put. Again, I put that there so that I knew that I was getting a die bigger than what that opening was. I also have 3 circles. I use the 3 circles that are cut out from after you use the string art frame. There is a circle that you get. So I took that from the white cardstock and I stamped the hello, and that's from a poppy stamp set that I have. And again, everything will be linked down below that I used. So for the blue one, I really liked the look of that string art coming in over the white. I think it looks like a web, and it's very intriguing for me. So I'm just going to go put a double layer of foam squares, because remember, I already have a layer of double-sided foam. I need to have 2 layers to have this come up off of it just a little bit more. So lots of dimensions are going on these cards. So think about that with your envelopes. You know, these cards may not fit in a regular envelope because of the height that I'm putting on them. So you saw for the blue, the white went right there, and you can still see that web coming in around it. When it comes to the green and the red, I'm actually going to prop up those pieces of pattern paper that I've cut, again, using 2 layers of double-sided foam, whether it's tape or my squares. And then I'm actually going to prop up my sentiment circle as well with just 1 layer of the double-sided foam, just to give it, again, even more dimension. But again, we can place those in different areas. So for the green, I'm setting that, as you saw, somewhat in the center. I was a little bit off on that I just noticed. And then for the pink, or the light red of what we can say, is we can set that sentiment down into the corner. So again, you don't always have to, and I know I've shown this before, I'm okay if my sentiment is crooked, or if it's off-centered, or anything like that. To me, that adds character, lots of character to the card. Again, these are handmade cards. We're not Hallmark. We're not Shoebox. We are handmade paper crafters. So those little tiny imperfections is what makes each item that is made unique. So I always did, you know, when I quilted, I did that too. I looked for the imperfections because, and I used to say, that's what made it look unique. It's an original. So you can see for the red, I took the sentiment and I pushed it down. So it also, you know, it looks like it's swinging around because of the way the string art looks as well. So you can see different ways to work with your pattern paper and this design. It would be great if you layered this one as well, cut multiple out. White on white, I think it is absolutely beautiful. It adds a sense of elegance no matter what die you are using. So I do hope you enjoyed what we created using the string art frame die by Birch Press Designs. As always, all the products that I used will be linked down below, and if you have any questions, please make sure you leave those down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Continue to enjoy your day, continue to enjoy what you're doing and how you do it, and know that it is art that you create every time you put something together. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will get through this, again, together. Remember what's most important for me, though. Always, always be creative, everyone. Till next time.